Oden's execution was way more sad and tragic than you think. It's because it's based off of a true story, and today I'm going to explain it and break it down for y'all and tell y'all this beautiful story. Hello, it's your boy 4 Piece, and I talk about Naruto and One Piece content. And if you guys don't want to miss any more uploads, like, share, sub, turn on notice, and if you're interested, if you're new to the channel, you know what I'm saying, join your boy. You know what I'm saying? We're going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Alright, let's get straight into this, man. So, this brother's name is Ishikawa Goemon, and he was born in the 16th century Japan during the Son Goku period. And he is considered to be the ideal father for Japanese fathers and for Japanese culture because of what he did in his actions in this story. And there's even a famous painting of him, of this brother, holding a child up over his head. And I'm going to explain that. Now, he was known to be the Robin Hood of Japan. Why? Because he used to steal from the rich, used to rob, he basically used to rob people, okay, from the rich, all right, used to steal, and used to give it to the poor. Now, I'm pretty sure they were going through a bunch of injustice and stuff like that throughout that time, because that's how it's always been. There's always a poor area and there's always a rich area, and this is happens to like most cultures in different times of ancient times. There's always that poor area and there's always that rich area. And if you guys remember, in the land of Wano, right, it's during a dark period. It's very poor. There's a lot of desert areas, but then there's also in the other half of the side, I think it's called Bakura Town, if I'm not mistaken, and it's like has a rich area and whatever. So it's like it's split, in, you know what I'm saying? So you see the inspiration. And the Robin Hood part where he steals a bunch of stuff, if you guys remember, Luffy went to steal some stuff for Otama and her villagers, right? Her villagers were suffering. They were drinking poor water, poisoned water, while the other side was had all this food, had all this water. And he went there and beat up a few people. They beat up a few people, took their shit, and boom, gave it back to the people there. So, good Wano reference, right? Anyway, keep following me. After that, he attempted to assassinate the warlord emperor Toyotomi Hideyoshi. Okay, and he was a warlord emperor, and you guys know a warlord emperor, Kaido, the emperor, and he loved war, right? Yeah, you see this thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what God? Okay, and then then he failed to kill him. Okay, and sadly he was captured. And when you try to assassinate a top emperor, an emperor or a warlord, or anybody that's considered very, very important of that stature, you're going to get the death sentence today on you. You're going to summon the demons on you today. And they summoned the demons on him. And yeah, he was sentenced to be boiled. Yeah, I get it, right? And basically the day came, he got sentenced, got put in the pot, but something insane happened because they also executed his child with him, sadly. Okay? And he didn't want his child to die. I think it was his son, if I'm not mistaken. And he held him up in the boiling pot. And he tried to do it as long as possible, but sadly and tragically, he succumbed to his injuries, and of course the child as well. And it was considered to be an iconic story from there on. And then there was a painting about it, and then it went super viral and big in Japan late back in those days. And it's considered a very historic moment to this day, and to the point where even Ichiro Oda got inspired by it and made his own version with Oden. And if you guys don't remember Oden's story, right, when Oden got executed, it was him and the nine scabbards, him and the nine amigos, okay, and basically he made a deal with Kaido, saying, look, if I hold on for an hour and if I'm alive after an hour, you will let me and my subordinates live, okay? And Kaido said, yeah, deal. So he lasts for an hour, and he helps the nine scabbards to survive. But of course, you know, being Kaido, he was not fair and sent Oden to hell. No, I'm sorry, heaven. Sorry. Okay, sent him to heaven. Okay, and but at least he was able to save the nine scabbards. He threw the nine scabbards out and let them survive. But yeah, Oden did die. and it's kind of sad. That's sad, man. But it's kind of destined. Odin. Odin's the boil is the food or whatever, and he needs to be boiled. It needs to get. You know what I'm saying? So there's a significance with that. You know, and yeah. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I just want to know, how do you guys feel about the story? How did you guys feel? How did you guys feel it was more sad, more tragic than before? Because learning about the Land of Wano lore, learning about the historical significance of Japan, and researching, doing all that stuff, it's really beautiful, man. It's really, really beautiful. Like, I never expected Land of Wano arc to be this detailed, this, like, but it's Oda. I don't know why I'm surprised. It's the guy's incredible. Okay. And as the more as times goes on, the more I'm appreciating the Land of Wano arc even more. Because me, at first I was like, I liked it, but I didn't like it. Like, there was a few things that were disappointing, and there's things that are still, like, but as time goes on and the more I'm getting older, I'm really appreciating the arc a lot more as time goes on. And it's become one of my favorite arcs. It's top 5 for me in One Piece, and all of One Piece, and it's incredible. Yeah. But anyway, I have more vids up on the way, more One Piece vids and more Naruto vids. So if you guys don't want to miss anymore, stay tuned and don't miss it, and turn on noties, bro. Don't miss the upload. Aha. Anyway, stay strong, stay safe, stay blessed. Peace.